I grew up in a very leafy suburb, northeast Melbourne. We grew up in a house on the top of a hill, which was previously apple orchards. I remember spending a lot of time on my bike and climbing apple trees and then walking down the corner to the horses' paddocks. It was a lot of fun where I grew up. When I first noticed design was when I was a young teenager. We did an extension on the house and I got my own bedroom. Didn't have to share with my sister any longer. And I remember being so enamored with having control of my own space, and I really loved that aspect. And I thought, I wish I could do this more. I started at the Buchan Group. There weren't a lot of interior designers there at that stage. It was a strong architectural firm. Back in those days, interior designers were really just materials and finishes. But with my mentors, it was about emotional connection of projects and a holistic approach to designing. They taught me a lot about master planning, development summaries, how things stacked up. I loved retail, and that was the basis of my work. I was a little bit hesitant to start a design firm, so I thought, well, being a consultant might be a good way of doing it. And much to my hesitation, I left the firm, and I still, to this day, hold them dearly to my heart and part of my career, and started MIM Design. Within 2 weeks, I had 4 years' worth of contracts, which was fantastic. And those contracts were retail and hotel, some hospitality and some residential. I will never forget, I'm on my way to hospital to have Sam, and I have builders and developers calling me, wanting meetings and wanting answers. And I'm virtually on the phone in the car saying, I'm on my way to hospital to have the baby. I can't answer this question right now. They're like, oh, so when can you answer it? I think Horizon was an amazing project to work on. It was a project that came to me late in the piece where I had to do a lot of scrambling. Like the builder was on site, the slabs were being poured, I was replanning, reformatting. And I was so lucky to be working with a great builder, Luke Williams. It's located in Flinders, overlooking the ocean. A beautiful, expansive house, but it was about creating something in a modern way that mirrored the ocean's edge of sea foam. Every texture and every element had to mean something to make this project feel like it had a personality, because otherwise it was just too big. I loved working with one of our colleagues, Emma Maluk at the time, on Enoteca with the Diana family. I first met the Dianas years before that project when they were doing their supermarket in Baldwin. When the time came, Anthony came back to us about putting a restaurant above. So we were able to create Enoteca Boccaccia. And it was something that had to feel like the family and had to feel like home. And that was a really beautiful project to work on. It was a difficult project. We had a builder that hadn't worked on hospitality before. So there were a lot of details and a lot of extra joinery that was required. But at the same time, we knew we were creating something special. Australia at the moment is a melting pot of legislation. To have that forum through the DIA to talk about the future, to talk about legislation, to talk about registration, to talk about how the consumers see us, to talk about legals, to talk about contracts, are all important facets. My advice to young emerging designers is to create your own path. Tell your story, be passionate about what you do, and to really recognise that you are a force and you are a result of what you are producing. Likewise, what you're producing is a result of you. To be driven, to create, and to have purpose are really important things for the future of interior designers.